For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za.
Shapunjan bafowethu igama lami uLindo Pep, the best analyst in the country. Please don't forget to subscribe to iDiskiTV. Tanko.
This is Bongane Benedict Villagazi, they call me so. Niazi bafowethu, Coach for life, they are back in winning ways. Please, siyacela ukuthi subscribe iDiskiTV.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za is the pyramids of Giza. An Egyptian side against Mamelodi Sundowns, the South African side. From the capital of this country, Tshwane, Pretoria. It's the year of Egypt versus South Africa. It's Al Ahly Sundowns, Pyramid Sundowns. At the under-20 AFCON, I think we must have met Egypt. At the under-17 AFCON, we must have met Egypt as well. At the Chan, we must have met Egypt as well. And at the African Cup of Nations in December, we'll meet Egypt as well. And so far, South African teams are doing really well. I remember we won 4-3 at the under-17 African Cup of Nations against Egypt. So we've been doing pretty well. Sundowns did defeat Al Ahly as well in the semi-final. So far, the battle between North and South has been doing well in the favor of South Africa. Junior Khanye, our analyst, what do you think about Pretoria, the city? Is there any expectation that something big is happening there? It's a brand new trophy for the CAF Champions League as well. I'm sure Masandawana are very excited for tomorrow's first leg final.
Yeah, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Justice.
Justice.
Ngibulise utsola khona
Lindo
Pepila uthethe ubona.
Yes, sir.
Bafethu kunjani, keep on supporting iDiskiTV, fighting no one try to fix South African football. Yeah, ngibonile uLucas Ukhatebe, legend Grootman.
Yes, sir.
Mile trophy.
Legendary.
Lemans man.
It looks the same, but uyabona ukuthi inegolide entsha, maybe it's a little bit bigger, new minerals, but I like the fact that isabambe the spirit is a previous trophy. Ngoba bakhalile abantu ngale yethu yeBetway. The Betway, uyibonile mos le Betway. Yeah, well, you can't tell ukuthi it's a football thing. So well done to CAF ukuthi it's still maintained. Uyayibona ukuthi neball around, kunendawo zokubambelela. It looks like a traditional trophy because bakhalile abantu ngale Betway. I don't know, what did you like the Betway one?
Everybody has got his own opinion, Fitch. Mina anyway, I'm not problem. I mean, at the end of the day,
do you accept it as it is? Could it have been done better? Design yayo?
Yeah, obviously design could have been done better. Ngiyacabanga nalabantu abayenzile, I'm not sure ukuthi bayenze barashile.
Ama designer. They had 12 months abarashanga ama designer. Kwenzeka lento ke uma ngabe uthatha ama-10 wanika abantu abangenanto yokwenza nesport. You see, it's non-football people, it design. Khona le ke ya designer iskipper separates nayo lamathambo. Yona it's not the same person, but every time you give ama gig kubantu abangahlangene ne-football, they will come up with something funky. Ngoba nale beyikhulumisa le yamathambo ye-Pirates. The year that they had that. That's why next year they didn't have it as much because it didn't look like a football kit. It looked like an accessory. So even nale trophy, when you take ama gig webhola unikeza abantu abangahlangene nebhola because umuntu webhola bekozoyenza ibe nendawo zokubambelela eziyi-2, maybe design some football as well, something traditional. But anyways, I'm sure it's going to stay with us for the next 3 or 4 years. So final, Coach Miguel Cardoso in his first season with Mamelodi Sundowns as well. I'm pretty sure most of the players are excited, but also going to nervousness as well for the final.
Yeah, I think the team, Sundowns enjoy this type of games. They enjoy to play big games.
Sure.
I mean, they've got high-profile players, and that's why they go finally Champions League. Well deserved anyway. Well done to the coach. I'm surprised that I didn't see them going to the final.
Yeah.
Even winning it, I'm still going to question Mark Mara. Based on what I saw from the Sundowns semi-final, I think they've got this experience at the Cup, the Champions League. They hardly panic. Yeah, it got nervousness to any team. Anyone in the world, any human after all, nervousness. But Sundowns, most of the players, they used to this type of games, national team players, international players as well, high-profile players, individuals. So they're playing very well, especially currently now. Coach Magalibele, Alapana, each and every game they improve. They're going upper and upper, and the player coach understand what the player. I think the players they understand what the coach want from them now. But players they understand what you coach ufunan. Miguel Cardoso meaning never. The guy figure now. I think him na 6 months Sundowns edlalile. I thought it was shintshintening. Yeah, magacalo because shake a bit. But the Mangbugeli came a Sundowns fitting the watching the games. Yes, he lost game that he was not supposed to lose, but consistent. So well done to the coach. We had deserved with the big final. Coming to Pyramids, mean.
Pyramids played against Pirates.
Yeah.
That's where we saw them. Sababona, and I remember you were mentioning the fact that they've experienced players.
Yeah.
Ukwazi control umdlalo. Even against Pirates, they were chasing a game. Pirates was 2-1 up in Egypt. All Pirates had to do was to hold on to that 2-1, but it was difficult. Pyramids were coming, Abomayele, Ramadan Sobi, Platitura in the midfield as well. What do you think about them?
Yeah, one, I think Paris, it's a tactical team, a well-organized team against a ball-playing team. I was talking to Dave earlier on, very tactical discipline, the team, look organized. They've got experienced players. They've got the player number 7, was a Codepoa.
Yeah, Platitura.
Yeah, Odlale middle. I think when Zagon came fit, holding midfield, it can link between defense and attack. Babambeli Pola was a balance game. A very special player. Also on the left, on the right hand side, they've got the left-footed player who cuts in. Experienced player on a 30. Football intelligence. I think what decided game, they've got the target man, which is Mayele.
Did you like what you see on Mayele? Did you like against the Pirates? Did you like him?
No, obvious. I said it. Obvious with red Magadlana. Because the striker uhlale boxing.
There's a goal scoring striker.
Yes, abushalulile wise. Reactor quick. Unalo dynamic nyana, but he's not that skillful. Yeah, but yes, he can receive, he can pass. He understands what the team wants from him. And he understands his teammates and by reference. And every time the defender make a mistake or the goalkeeper is there, we in Paris with red, but not the type of player striker meaning issue. I think among a defender, for instance, Abolibusa can become a problem because
he did cause a problem to Sbisi. No, TLP.
Yeah.
And those are very good defenders.
But to Ulbusam fit is underrated. I'm not too sure why Bangam is a criminal squad.
Yeah, it's good, Ulebusa.
I'm not too sure.
My thinking is Umayele.
Yeah.
Remember, Uguza, we semi-final, the Pirates didn't lose any match.
Yeah.
They were unbeaten. And you remember what we were saying about Abosesane?
Yeah.
Sibisi, Nalentwana is too Umbogaz. Like,
yeah.
we couldn't believe it. Like, it just was like 10 years in the Betway Premiership, the way he was so good. But Umayele was able. And Nababayam Tola foot, they understand him. They know how to find him. Ngama header, ngama through pass. I'm not saying he's special, obviously, but he's a goal scorer. I think even tomorrow, Bambuzi Ulebosa, I don't know, one of the defenders of Sundowns, Ukekana or Ulebosa Guti, are you worried now? And they said, no, yes, of course, we know he's good, but Agmelanga's focus, we are 100%. We have a game to play, which is understandable. But I think if they don't take care of him, not to go to if they don't take care of him, there's an away goal he can score. Because even now, South Africa, I think Sandler. And then they said no goal with VAR. And then he scored again against the Pirates away. So he did score in South Africa and away from home. One of them was disallowed.
You understand this rule.
Yeah.
It's a pity the type of strikers that we want. Njengaming believer kuzo. They had to score goals. Umuntu ophithizela abo Gabriel Jesus yabo. It's a pity abakora amagoli aba bomayele abakora vital goals. Every time he plays, you know his guarantee is going to get a goal. I hardworking as well. Yaspana. He bully everyone and he win aerial balls. Good dynamic, good dangerous technically in Bonili was cover ball. So every time he is playing, once in him feet that something can come up. Goal.
It's just going to be a matter of supply.
Yeah.
If Sundowns can cut the supply, then he's not going to do it by himself.
That's what I'm saying, Gucci. It's a Manga team, very organized like Sundowns midfield. They don't allow such. Lende depend with Badala Ngobanomuni. In the midfield, it's going to be difficult for him. With a threat to Sundowns, because Sundowns, what I know, they're going to press them there. Yeah, from there, if front three Sundowns are gonna press, and then another midfield obviously will go 1-on-1, 1v1. It defense will be push and a goalkeeper push, become an extra player. So it's not, but that it's him. Sundowns the way they attack. So mention something very important, but lendole abante bangayitelele yabo. Uthema guy mention ala studio mina ngayibona mangihleli even endlini analyze Sundowns. The way they play, it's how they defend. Very close to each other, very near. Like Bavalama gaps, Sundowns might attack. If the back press front three, midfield follow, defense follow, and the goalkeeper follow. Where you gonna play? So it's not. Then to ngayitelele umuntu sikhulume nje bypassing marma so imamele kahle. It's very, very important. So I don't think Sundowns will allow. Not one of the best team in terms of ball playing, but background, technical wise, Mabatoli Timbanigi space, like Pirates gave them space for me, Orlando Stadium. Away it was worse. It was more gave me 2 halves, first half and second half. But the team, Sundowns there, and next Sundowns ban analysts that they are so special and good, very good analysts. I don't think they will allow the team to play. So it's gonna be difficult. It's red.
I also think it depends ukuthi bona i-pyramids ifunani kusasa because it's the first leg and in CAF Champions League every knockout sibonile kuma first leg akunama goal because the other team away iyawuvala umdlalo. I think that umayele will be a factor if iyafuna ukudlala i-pyramids, but if tomorrow i-pyramids inhloso yabo ukuthi let's not lose the game, then we may not even see them attacking. Then kuzoba it's going to be the responsibility of Sundowns to score 1 goal. Because all of these first legs, quarterfinal, semi-final, even the finals, the away team, they're just here and they're going to close you. Uzomele wena ubaqhaqa.
Kulego mfethu, Pyramids, they know who they're playing against. Sundowns is well respected Africa as a continent. But Sundowns now, they know which they've been knocked off. I think, I'm not too sure, 2016 or 2019, they won the trophy.
2016. The last time. So it's been 9 years.
Yeah, now they know which it's not how you play in this tournament. Sometimes you play you win. Especially cup final. This is not African teams. But they've got this tendency to delaying tactics. But be arrogant in you, going to the referee. Even the coaching in Bonile Joabo, Aksumuntu or always on the referee's case, and I don't understand whether I'm a tactics or what. And then now, when in the captain, I will last time, always in the referee, I'm a tactics or what. And Sundowns playing against Sundowns, it's not going to be easy in future. Just go pendula. It's not going to be easy game. Like I said, even now, I can predict it's not Agnama Kolamaniga Zongena. Both teams, they respect one another. Sundowns, Nabobayas with 9 years, Yobushabanga win the tournament. One of my expectations. Cardoso can win the league, but if you lose this trophy under pressure. I mean, Sundowns always going to my expectations, even players. Lama player 2016 win the tournament, but set the standard, Double Trompo, Bonabum Shish, whoever that was playing that time, Boom Kulis. Modern players, current players that are playing, by some expectation and there's pressure on them as well. But none other than the Pyramids, I'm sure, for me, I respect Sundowns, and especially playing here home. I see Sundowns winning, Mina.
How is Sundowns lining up for you? Let's look at up front. There's a lot of experimentation that Miguel Cardoso has been doing with Usales, especially. When he's playing in the CAF Champions League, he doesn't play him as a member of the front three. So Angabana, no Ribeiro, he's got Ribeiro and the striker, whoever, whether it's Reynas or whoever, and then he can kill the left forward, Atate Sales as number 10, but also as a member of the midfield as well because he wants numbers. He's been sacrificing him a lot. In fact, when they won in Al Ahly, they were very lucky to win that game because they chose not to play with a striker in that game on the day that the second leg. They played without a striker. We look at the team sheet, we look at how they played. They were very even the goal itself, it was something of a cross. It hit someone, we don't even know who scored it. So there's that reality in Sundowns. How do you expect them to line up tomorrow?
The back four, I think the same. Abulbusa is going to play.
Kekana, Mudiba, yes, experienced back four.
Yes, Kekana, Mudiba. I don't understand why I become Mudiba. I think it's good to have legends who play the game, understand the game. Best players in the country. The list goes on. Some are obvious good influence. They're not going to change the coach's mind, but the influence will be in the corner. Also, the analysts are proper. They were Sundowns. I think, well done. Mdiba was supposed to play, but sacrifice. You can't play Mdiba, sacrifice Mdiba. Also, the Busa. You can't, you can't. Yes, Lunga is good, but you cannot put Lunga in uqale ngayo first 11 and then ubeke uMdiba ngaphandle. Also this Suarez guy, you can't. Uyibonile ngeKaizer Chiefs imlimazile, never played. Obviously Mdawu got right.
So it's Kekana, Lebusa, Mudau, and Mudiba.
Yeah.
The normal back four.
Yes.
How do you look like in the midfield? It's going to be Mukwena, Allende, and Wu.
For me, I think it's Mkwena, Allende, and yeah, this guy is going to play Salis. Back there, immediately for me. Is udlala number 10 ngithi udlala ngoAllende noMkwena, but uAllende is more up front. The Salis bamletha la ngithi. Bese kuba uMatthews ka left. But coming in, it's a half wing. And then Ripero coming to right, but is more sitting la nice central. Ipola maba lose mhlamba opponent yaga right. And then lapha Urenas. That's how they're gonna line up. And then ngibonile manje mabadlala, I think last game against Marquis did very well Sundowns, but the opponent yabo naye beswag Marquis. But Sundowns is not a bad player Salis, but for me I believe there are better players on the bench for Sundowns. When Mkhulis, he can play. There's no
natural midfielder.
Yes, he can play, he can't sacrifice it. If Msusa up front, but if Ngimbonile, mina, this guy can play on the left wing or as a striker. If he's I think he's a striker is better there. We want to see him there. Me, namang Ngimbona first time, Nali Haitanayo, he's better as a striker. In the midfield, Melek Abarange, good player. Footman Jobadala. Namu kunezinto engizibona ngayo ukuthi oh, it's not a bad player, but what we have what Sundowns have, what we have in South Africa.
South Africa, yeah. Yeah,
what you have in South Africa is not better than that. And ngikhuluma ngayo neOmayema. Let me speak about yena lo mfana omkhulisa. Mina understand ukuthi hayi ngadlala. But obvious, let me put it this way. I think this is how the coach has to buyela back. Kuzodlala uJaden Adams. Sorry, I need
a
to
third member of the midfield. So
Yeah,
it's Allende, Mukwena, Adams.
Yes, three midfield.
Yeah.
And then up front is going to be Matthews for me. It's going to be Reynas. And then it's going to be
Uripero.
Uripero.
So they're going to sacrifice Salis.
Yes, they're not going to play him. Because this is a cup final. In reality, Peli coach has now. He can win, but he checked the opposition for me. And then Miguel Cardoso, we need to give credit for it. I mean, as a coach of the season in Pinagam, yes, Rivero did very well. But Miguel Cardoso won a Betway Premiership. It's not easy first season as an international coach. Let us give him. Same guy, and look at the team, how they play. Now I'm shy.
I'll judge him on the Champions League. Because
Yeah.
in the Champions League, it's been completely different.
Yeah.
That's why we've been debating in the the whole country we've been debating it.
Yeah.
Because in the Champions League, semi-final we predicted it's going to be 0-0 and it was 0-0.
Yeah.
He sacrifices something. In fact, Jonga Ushuguti, Matthews, Reynas, Ribeiro, what it does actually is he takes Matthews out, whoever is supposed to be left forward, and then he says Salis. But Salis forward and midfield somehow. He makes
Sometimes
that sacrifice.
Go direct and then Reynas drop.
Yeah, exactly. He makes that sacrifice.
Umdiba.
And
Right.
the win against Al Ahly, like you just look at that and you're like, it's not
were
because
lucky.
it's not because he was dominant. It's not because he was dominant. But of course, it's in the final. We'll see tomorrow. Just your final score prediction again.
It's 1-0. If it is not, Ribeiro is going to score. I will be specific.
1-0 to Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, I think the quality of players, as Sandra, Ribeiro has been a star player for Sundowns. Play of the season as well for a Betway Premiership.
Top goal scorer as well. He's going to finish as top goal scorer.
Yeah, and a star player, man. When you bring international players, it's supposed to be like that guy. So one of the best for me.
1-0 to Sundowns.
Yeah, I don't think Pyramids will have that energy. I don't think they'll score away.
All right, there you go. Thank you very much to Junior. Thank you very much to Tso Vilakazi as well. We'll be here with Shane, Lindo Pep, Ubobo, Junior Khanye, Tso Vilakazi, Justice Shabala, and myself, Ngulule Gongeo. Thank you so much for watching us. iDiskiTV, iDiski Times, we're so spitting. For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za.
Shapunjan bafowethu igama lami uLindo Pep, the best analyst in the country. Please don't forget to subscribe to iDiskiTV. Danko.
This is Bongane Benedict Vilakazi, they call me Tso. Niyazi bafethu, amakhosi for life, they are back in winning ways. Please, siyacela ukuthi subscribe iDiski TV.